What's going on, guys? This is Roan coming at you with another video. So I have a grand surprise for you. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Like actually taking two steps back. So I actually have been taking a bit of a break from video making just because I've been really focused on other side projects. So I've been working on judo. Like I actually joined a judo school, so I've been working really hard on it, just going to class like 4 hours a week, fucking killing it in there. So I haven't really been able to make videos the way that I'd like to, and I also haven't been grinding this game as much as I'd like to as well. So Labyrinth, as you guys have undoubtedly seen already, I got up to Platinum 2. Once I hit Platinum 2, I just hit a wall. Like I just could not, just the way that the decks were being played and the way that everything seemed to be going, it just wasn't going the way I wanted it to. I don't know if it's like just sometimes you get your bad cards, your bad matchups, or it's maybe just my deck is just not as consistent as some of the other decks that are out there that are more powerful. Because again, like the variant, so I'm running a floodgate variant. The variant that's a little bit more consistent and really powerful in topping is the furniture variant, and I'm not playing that. So I mean that could even be to my detriment. Anyways, so I ended up deciding to do a little bit of a special surprise and play Gren for the final, Diamond, or Platinum 1 to Diamond 5. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick deck profile of some of the changes I've made, because obviously stupid Pot of Desires went to 1 for whatever dumbass reason, so I had to bring it to 1. Ended up bringing Trade in here to 3, and then I ended up switching out some of my Etcher deck because how the game is being played now, so I ended up taking out Diplexer, swapped it out for Gear Free, the Magical Steel Knight. Figured that would be cool because, two different warrior monsters, like how many warrior monsters are being played with some of these top decks. Then I also got Draco, which is a Dragon Synchro monster and a warrior monster. So warrior, and that's the other thing, so two warrior monsters, one of those could be Baron. How many times is Baron being played? Same deal here, one warrior monster, Baron, piece of shit card. But I mean, these two cards seem to be a little bit more catching of a lot of the decks being played, so we'll try it out and see what happens. As far as the replays go, had a few matches, so I'll just review those with you. Starting, let's see how far back I can go. So let's take a look. So I'm up to here. Yeah. Alright, so again, go over my losses as well as my wins. It looks like I started with a loss, which is a little annoying. I don't know if this is... I'll be honest with you, actually thinking about it, this might even be Labyrinth. So let's just double check and make sure, because if it is, I'll just back out. Oh wait, no, this actually is Gren, so let's see what happens here. Because, yeah, I just started getting upset. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start playing Gren, have a good time, and just kind of get to at least Diamond and give you guys a little bit more Gren play. Because I do appreciate Gren a lot. I mean, this is probably my favorite deck for a lot of reasons. One of them being that nobody knows how to play into this. You see an archetype, you see Labyrinth, you're like, oh, I know how to play into this. Or whatever other decks that are coming out, like Kashtira. And so this one is just really hard to get a beat on, and by the time you do, you lose. So, that seemed to be the game for several games. I'm just letting him play it out. I'm just trying to remember what happens here. I just can't recall how this game went. So yeah, oh, you know what? I think I'm starting to come back to me. So I end up super piling both of his monsters, and I get Ignister, and then at this point, I was like, oh, I'm powerful. Ain't nothing stopping me. So what ends up happening? So I get Glyph, I get my Golden Castle, but then I try to, and he bullshits me with an Ash. Then I called by the grave his Ash, so I still get my castle. So at this point, I'm like, man, I'm really looking very good. So this is where he cheats. I remember this game now. So he ends up getting 3 cards out, setting up, getting his powerful card out, and it's so dumb. Look at all the bullshit he does in just one turn. So he takes and throws away my alpha, which is something I absolutely needed, and he literally just threw my entire board away with one card. One card, entire board gone. That infuriated me. So what I tried to do is I tried to pull Gizmic back, but then he bullshitted me again. It was just this card cheat. I'm telling you, look, all from one card. couldn't pull this out. Couldn't I wiped my entire fucking board. Took the one card I needed out of my hand. That was just a really I don't know if it was fortuitous or just, but that was just not. That really fucked me the entire remainder of this game. So I play. I don't even know why I'm still playing. I think that's kind of what happens. I think I just keep playing here, and then I just see that he has a whole board, and then that was it. That was it for me. Even one of my friends was watching me play this one, and then he saw my board looking really good, and he's like, "Dude, what happened to you?" Like, because it just went from having everything to nothing, and then I think this is at the point where I just quit the game. I'm actually surprised that the game didn't quit here. But yeah, needless to say, you already know what happens. Like, I just lost. I mean, I really just got destroyed. So now going into these games, and after this, I just go on a tear. And the other cool thing about Gren, like, I mean, even just going second, I mean, you're fighting how many decks that have, you know, a lot of these like to go first, and you're able to just avoid them, or, you know, just kind of navigate around the BS. And it's not bad. So this game was weird. I don't know what he was doing here. I really had no idea. So he just threw a random ass 2000 attack card. He ends up ashing my card, which is actually very smart. But then I end up changing hearting his one card. I do get... Oh, no, I didn't get Thunderbird. I actually got kind of pissed that I didn't get Thunderbird. So I attack him twice. I was like, wow, the fucking odds. Like, you know, 3 cards, and I just didn't get it. So I was already tilted a little bit. So then he ends up, like, Godarling me, which I was like, okay, I guess. But then he ends up hitting himself. Oh, no, he didn't. That's right, he didn't hit himself. Like, I was so mad. I was like, why? What is happening? So, this card is what's happening. Like, he ends up using this card, and this card, I guess, can't, like, it makes all the other cards unable to be destroyed. So I super poly the fuck out of him. Into Garura. Then I end up using Golden Castle to get... Actually, no, I don't. Do I? Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, so Golden Castle, pop this card. Then I just attack with Garura for game. I was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. No, thank you. And that's that game. And going into the next one. Sorry, I just keep stepping around. So my dog loves to hang around like my area where I play, and like she keeps carrying all these sand spurs on the floor. So I'm just kind of like stepping and talking, and I keep just stepping into all of them. I don't know what the hell's going on with my floor right now. But anyways, going back to this game. Oh, this is a Rika player, and this is crazy to me, because, like, I mean, spoiler alert, the next deck I'm probably going to be playing is Rika, so I was really judging the shit out of this guy. So he ends up, there is one thing that happened here that should not have happened. I'm just going to pause this for a second. So I was playing this game and listening to somebody at the same time while they were talking to me. I did not see that he ashed my Maxi, so when he went and lone fired me, I should have ashed it, but I thought to myself, I was like, well, if he's going to lone fire, I'll just try to get a few free draws. So this was just a misplay because I was not paying attention. So continuing on with this, I end up ashing at the right point again, or if I would have, this is a good choke point to ash. So at this point, he still continues to play. Like, I mean, he does have his Rika, so he did get Rika Glamour out. He's got Primula into Princess, goes into Sylvian, Dance of Peony. I haven't used this card a lot, but I heard that there's a lot of value in it. But what ends up happening, he ends up going into Sunseed. This is actually interesting because I don't even remember seeing this. So, but he does go into Strenna here. This I remember because this is where I got back to paying attention. So, Strenna. So one thing that's important with this deck, I'm just going to tell you right now. So Strenna, so before this even happened, so he ends up using Strenna and pulling a card, but when he, whatever happened, he ended up getting Princess in the graveyard. So Princess is a monster negate while it's in the graveyard, so that's very important. So what'll happen is you know, Princess will come up, and then he'll look to tribute the Strenna. into getting another free XC summon. So you'll see it happen in real time. So I end up danger Bigfooting. He pulls this card. He ends up tributing this card. So now once that's tributed, he gets a free XC summon here. And I was thinking he was going to go into Teardrop Princess, but instead he went to Kanzashi. So I went and just pulled Kanzashi to my side of the field. I go Danger Bigfoot here because I had 2 alphas and I was feeling really lucky. Get Bigfoot, got Monster Reborn, I pull Monster Reborn, I end up getting Primula. I really thought I had something more powerful in my graveyard, so that was just an impulse. So I end up using Primula, attack with Kanzashi, attack with Bigfoot, and Primula. So now this is looking really good for me. And then this is cheating here. So I attacked with Kanzashi. I was able to turn Kanzashi into a Zeus, so I didn't have to give Kanzashi back because I ended up, using her for material for Divine Arsenal, and he scoops. So that was how to deal with Rika Players 101. Like, try to bait out the monster negate and then just go from there. So he really didn't have very much. He only had literally 1 monster negate, and then he used his Xyz, and he used Kanzashi. I don't know why he did that. I would have done Teardrop, because then you would have had tributing capabilities. But we'll obviously go into that in my next real video. Or like my real deck profile video for my Rika deck. So this game, let's see which. Okay. Ooh, I hated this game so fucking much. I remember this game. This game took me eternity to play through because it's a labyrinth player. So I was trying to play it carefully. So he has 4 cards here. So I'm trying to play around them or just trying to see what he has. So I go to get I go, do my usual combo, get into Hextrude, but then he ends up throwing Hextrude away with his bullshit compulsory. Lord of the Heavenly Prison gets on the field. So now I pay attention to this. So look, so he ends up getting big welcome right here. That's a big deal because that tells me he doesn't have any other welcome labyrinths here. But unfortunately, I couldn't do anything with this information because I had nothing to really pop him with. I tried to do Danger Thunderbird to see if I get chosen for it and then just pop this card, but then I get some bullshit ass wing, the raw sphere mode when I didn't need it. He uses Ice Dragon to get my other monster off the field. Woo, like, big deal. So now he's just burning through all of his trap cards. So now he goes into Big Welcome, gets Lovely on the field. And now he's going to just pop 1 card in my hand at random. And he's also going to throw Lord of the Heavenly down on the floor. So I try to strategically take apart his deck, and you're going to see, oh, see, that Lava Golem, I needed that. And he ended up, that was the 1 card I needed, he ended up bullshitting and pulling it, so that really upset me. But he ended up fucking himself because he attacked into my Golden Castle, so that really worked out well for me. So now, you already know what the next step should be. I called by his Lovely, so that way he can't use Lovely's monster effect. Like, let's say he tries to Big Welcome at any point next turn with whatever he has, then I know that he can't Lovely me, at least for next turn. I get Hextrude out, but then he ends up bullshitting me with the Torrential Tribute. So he really just keeps playing like... he just keeps stalling in this game. So I get 2 triple tactics, which really did nothing for me, which made me really sad. I was just getting really bad draws this game. He uses another Torrential, throws me under the bus yet again. But now he's running out of traps. He has no trap... now he goes Pot of Prosperity. But he ends up misplaying somewhere, and this was like a really big miss for him. This is where he misplays. Watch what he does here. So he Lord of the Heavenlies. Fine, no big deal. But now I end up drawing something that, oh, that's what I did. I ended up trying to pull Gizmic from the graveyard. He ends up using something here. Oh, that's what it was. I tried to use Glyph to take this card away, but then he ends up solemning it, and I'm like, okay, I don't care. But now he ends up taking it, throwing Lord of the Heavenly Prison onto the field here. When he does that, that's a monster effect, and guess what a monster effect allows you to proc? Triple Tactics Thrust. So I end up Gamma Sealing his ass, and then I go Triple Tactics, end up pulling my Harpies, fuck his entire back row. So now I attack him, and now he has 0 cards. I think I'm in the driver's seat here. And look what happens. So I attack again. He ends up fucking he top decks a Dogmatica. I was furious. So again, he's still alive. So yeah, now this guy totally screwed me. He attacked me with Lady Labyrinth. Like, I had no monsters. He, you know, big or regular welcome, Lady Labyrinth. Now I try to Alpha Master of Beasts him. And then I finally get it to work. I pull him away. Like, it took me a few tries because he kept trying to negate me with whatever reason. He gets Lady Labyrinth here. So now he goes Pot of Duality. Now this is important, because now I have an Ash here, and I did not Ash this because I knew that this was a welcome Labyrinth. So I was kind of biding my time. I wasn't sure how I wanted to go about this. So he does attack me one more time. Now I'm down to 2,000, so now I'm sweating a little bit. Because I was like, yo, after all this playing, is he really going to fucking squeeze out a win with bullshit? So I end up alphaing. I end up pulling Lady Labyrinth back again. So now I set triple tactics. I get danger. I try to do Danger Thunderbird. He ends up using his welcome, but I ash the shit out of him at the right time. So now he Lady Labyrinth on the field, but now I get one more shot at triple tactics because he ended up using a monster effect. So that worked to my benefit. So now I get Danger Thunderbird. I flip triple tactics. I get trade in. So now I get to trade in Gizmic for free. I have Gren face down. Look at what this idiot does. So I'm going to tell you what I think he's going to do. So this is an Ice Dragon Prison. So I thought he was going to use Ice Dragon Prison to end up tributing and throwing away my Thunderbird, so that way he can attack my face down monster. He instead does the stupidest fucking thing he possibly could have done. He loses and attacks me anyway. Alright, so continuing with this video, I'm going to show you some cheating shit. Like, okay, so this is crazy. This is the first time I've ever seen this in a fucking ranked game. This, I mean, I can't be, like, part of me is mad, but I think I'm mad because they used, like, well, let me not spoil it. So check out what the fuck happens here. So, I had the game here. I kind of had the game in turn 1. So I ended up maxing, and I tried to, like, not allow him to do whatever pendulum bullshit he was trying. And he stopped. He actually did just stop. So now he doesn't have a monster. If I would have had Alpha, it would have been fine. So he didn't even summon that little asshole. So I ended up trying to do Golden Castle into Hextrude. I ended up popping his card. Then I attack him, and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, at least this is like an okay hand, I guess. Like, I mean, it's not the most advantageous. I could have won if he would have had one damn monster on the board, but he didn't. And I couldn't even Monster Reborn because there was really no monsters to even reborn. So this is just a trash game. So now look at what he ends up doing. So I'm thinking, okay, whatever, he has a monster, I don't even care. So he ends up bullshit. So like, look at this. So he ends up bullshitting me with Eater of Millions, which was awesome. Now he fucking grens me. What a piece of shit. So he literally, so instead of using, so like my Gren deck is like me banishing my own monsters to fuel Gren. He had a deck that banishes both mine and his monsters to fuel Gren. I was furious. This game, this loss, I honestly don't even remember. Like, I just remembered being furious at it. Man, my memory is not serving me. This one I remember, because this one I was like, wow, this guy really used a version of my deck against me. I was furious. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, that was supposed to be my promotion game too. So I was like, yeah, of course, something that stupid like this would happen on my promotion game. So now, going into what's going to actually give me W's. Oh, that's right, that other guy, Tearlament. He used Tearlaments. That's what he used. And the thing was, is with the Tearlament deck that he used previously, I didn't have any anti-graveyard, and he just ended up having a better draw than I did, and I was just so mad because he just kept going off, and I just couldn't respond to it. That's what happened that game. So now this one, he's going to Umi. I end up just throwing all his monsters off the board with a wing dragon. He ends up throwing away my lava golem, which whatever, I don't care. So I do get Bigfoot. So I do pull Gizmic here, so I'm careful with what I'm doing here. So I end up using Dingursu, end up throwing away Sphere Mode so I can attack him. Pain Gainer, and then my goal is to just attack with 7 sins and go into Zeus. But he had other plans. He bullshitted me, put my attack to 0, I attacked for no... I literally tickled him because I didn't do any damage. But what's cool is that I still can go into Zeus. So now he's in trouble. Because he tries to bullshit me here. So watch what he does, or what he thinks he's gonna do. So I go and use Divine Arsenal Zeus. So now he goes and tries to use C Stealth attack cheating. But now if you read this, watch. So you can banish one water monster you control until the end phase. This turn, face-up spells, traps you control cannot be destroyed. So he tried to use like destruction protection. But if you look at this card, send all cards to the graveyard. So guess what happens after this resolves? His ass is going to the graveyard. I was so happy. Oh, yo, this is awesome. So now he has Ocean, whatever the fuck this is. So this one I almost misplayed, but I was able to correct it. So he ends up ashing my Bigfoot, but guess what? I could do Bigfoot's effect again, so he fucked up again. So Bigfoot, they throw away Hextrude, I put Bigfoot out. Now, I end up pulling Golden Castle, and I try to get Hextrude, but it looks like all my Hextrudes got banished, so I end up just pulling Life. Now look what I do. I totally miscalculated damage like a moron. But luckily, this effect can go off during battle phase, so I was able to correct it and win. Oh my god, I was so mad. I was like, there's no way I'm going to lose to some stupid shit, and I was able to pull Gizmic out of the graveyard on battle phase to luckily win and correct my mistake. Now, going into second to last game, so now this one, I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea what the hell was going on here. I mean, he just had like one trap, so I just pop it. Like I literally just trade in Gizmic, see what cards I get. He uses this card to get another card. So now, oh, he ends up drolling me. Look at what happens here. This is another crazy interaction. So he goes to droll, but now droll is, it doesn't allow you to put cards from your main deck to your hand. Look at how I get around this shit. I was so surprised. Bam, Hextrude, bitch. I was so happy. So, because I ended up pulling it straight to the field, so that negated that bullshit droll. I end up trying to attack Called By. He ends up trying to Called By my Gizmic, but I pulled Gizmic out to obviously get around his Called By, but he ends up bullshitting me here, and I probably should have seen this coming. I mean, granted, I mean, he had no cards on his field. This should have been an easy one, but he, again, had other plans. Check this out. So I try to go for 9,000 attack to win the game. He has Effect Veiler. Who would have fucking thought, right? So, it's alright. I mean, I end up... so, I mean, this kind of sucks because I'm really in a precarious position, but luckily he couldn't do shit. So, going into my next turn, I end up pulling out Gizmic. Now I end up going to use Golden Castle to pull Hextrude, which I do. Then I go Hextrude to try to pop this card, which he fucking Effect Veilers again. He had 2 of them. But it's okay, because that was really a moot point. So now I go and throw Gamma Seal down because I didn't know what he had, so I just wanted to make sure I was safe. I change a heart the Gamma Seal. Now I have literally a whole board, and now you have to... This is important. Like, you never overplay. Like, I had enough to stop him. I just went and attacked and ended the game. Like, I mean, there ain't no way he had 3 freaking Effect Veilers or just some other bullshit at this point. So I just made sure to end the game and not give him any opportunity to try to pull out of losing a second time. So now, last game. So this one was, oh yeah, this one he just straight up kills himself. I don't even know what he was trying to do here. So, 4,000, 2,000, Toon World 1,000. Then he ends up taking in two cards on the field. It was just so, I'm like, what are you doing? This game was really just kind of a buzzkill, but whatever. I got diamond. I was like, but again, I didn't take him lightly, so I ended up super polying his cards just to be safe. So I threw his things away. Then um, being that I discarded Bigfoot, Bigfoot's effect goes off, and then I end up popping his final card, trade in just to be safe again, and then I just attacked for game. I just wanted to like not overextend, but just to make sure I was covered because I was not trying to like, it looked like he was giving me this game on a platter, and I wanted to make sure. And there we have it. We're at Diamond. So, yeah, hope you guys got to enjoy a little bit of Ren. I figured this would be like a little fun break from, all the other decks I was playing. And now to segue into my next deck profile, which I've already alluded to, it's going to be Rika. So, I am a really proficient Rika player and Gren player. Gren, I mean, I really love these two decks for the same reasons. Like, so Gren, you go second. Not many people expect it. Not many people know how to play around it, and it just seems to really complement this meta. It's a very good anti-meta deck. Rika can either go first or second. I mean, ideally you'd want to go first. Same reasons. Like people don't know how to play into it. There's a lot of different negates if you put your board together correctly. It's a lot of combos, so be prepared with pen and paper notes for this next video. But yeah, I mean, hope you guys like this video or like this little shake or this little break in the pace of my channel, and can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Love to hear from you guys. Had a lot of interaction on one of my other videos. It was really fun debating back and forth. So yeah, let's keep it going, guys. Hope you have an awesome day.